Hey, welcome back. I still kind of haven't fixed the audio issue. I'm very fucking stupid. Okay, this is episode 3 of Evangelion that I'm watching on Netflix. If you haven't seen the previous video, I'll link it down below, or you'll see it pop up on the icon there. So let's get to it. This episode is called "The Silent Phone." So a quick recap of the episode. It just starts with like them training Shinji. He's getting ready to fight the angels. If there's any angels that end up coming more, usually there was like, so they put him through some sort of like some sort of VR simulator in order to get him used to and acclimated to EVA 01. But he's kind of like dead. It shows like he's like dead inside. He's just saying like, keep the target in the center, press the trigger. Like he's just doing that over and over and over. So this episode is more focused on Shinji's regular life outside of fighting the angels, and it seems to be that even Katsuragi is like concerned to an extent, like, are you making friends? Are you settling good in school? Like, how are you doing? And he's just like, yeah, he lies through his teeth. He goes, yeah, I'm just, I have friends. I've settled fine in it. We come to find out that I have to go back on something I said in the previous video, where Nerve is some sort of private corporation being controlled or as a part of the UN government. It's really a public one, so it makes it feel more the world knows about what's going on with the angels, and they understand Nerve's role in it, and they kind of see like these robots fighting these angels somewhat as, I wouldn't even really say heroes, just like this is like the means to this end, like this is our only solution. So obviously Shinji's in high school. When you're in high school and people find out, like it's difficult. So at first when he gets to school and we're trying to see him like settle in, and he's not really cooperating, not talking to anybody. Everybody's talking about what happened. These two students are talking about one of their classmates who hasn't been attending school in a couple weeks. Then he shows up out of nowhere and says that his sister was hurt in the fight that Shinji was in. And he's just upset. He's just going through it. He understands like this is necessary, but it's like just a hurtful thing because there's nobody there to like watch his sister in the hospital while all this shit is going on, because it's either you don't survive or the people, his guardians, are working for Nerve or working in the lab and such. So it's really difficult for him, and it's just trying to show you the casualties of this going on. He gets so mad. He's like, whoever's piloting that fucking robot, I fucking hate them. Fuck them. Da 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 da. All right. So then, very quickly afterwards, we see that they all have like computers at their desk. It's not completely wrong, and then they're communicating with each other without the teacher like being kind of a dick about it. That's pretty normal. Somebody puts the pieces together out of those two classmates that were talking. One of them puts it to the one with the glasses, kind of puts it together. Hey, that kid transferred over after the fight, and so he must be the new pilot. But we can't really ask him because that'd be kind of weird. Somebody randomly, like in private, messages him on the computer saying like, "Are you the pilot of the robot?" And he has to answer yes or no, and he goes yes, and the whole class like surrounds him like he's a hero, like a pop star, like, oh my god, it's really you're the one that did this, you saved us, and yada yada yada. Mind you, the first pilot, Ray, is fucking, her arm's broken, she has like patches over her eye, and she's like staring out the window. Afterwards we cut to the two students who were discussing about everything, and the one whose kid's sister is like in the hospital grabs Shinji, punches him in the face, gets upset that it's him, yada yada yada. What the show starts to do more is explain the world behind it. So there's a little bit of world building by showing that there's another angel out coming to attack, a fourth one. So far there's been 4 angel strikes, and the teacher in the school is already giving a world history, which is really, really cool how things are set up. But the way that they describe the angels attack is that the fourth angel attack, which is the one that's currently going on, and the one previously from the first episode, are only 3 weeks apart, as opposed to the one from the first episode and the second angel attack are 15 years apart. And it's weird that that's like a short amount of time, so they're concerned. The teacher already established that half of humankind is gone, Antarctica has been destroyed, it raised the sea levels, and then the second angel attack was called the second impact, which is what caused like the world to look like this or be like this. I thought that was cool. I thought that was interesting. Then, while this fourth angel attack is ongoing, everybody has to run to the shelters and go on the ground. Shinji goes back into the Eva and starts fighting the fourth angel, and he's like struggling against it because he is just so concentrated on destroying this angel that he's like forgetting to listen. Like he's not listening. He's like the fucking circuitry's breaking apart, and there's something about the way this episode hits me, or it just comes off to me. It's more a lot of the moments in which we're supposed to see the hero, Shinji being the hero, outside in the Eva, fighting the angel, and as well as how the students go and crowd him like he's some sort of celebrity, makes you feel like he's the hero of this story, makes you feel like he's the hero of this world. It's like this huge celebration. Even the music's very like trumpets and fanfare as he's like fucking gunning down the angel. There's like a lot of happy music, but like as you're watching it, it's sad. Like it's a really sad. It reminds me how in school they were explaining to me Woody Allen technique in using audio to influence the way that you see the film, especially since we're used to watching, for example, you and me, you see me here this close and you see the mic, you can hear me talk very close to you. But in Woody Allen films, or at least a couple of them, or the most notable, he'll be like all the way the fuck back there where you see like Woody or you see Sora the Kingdom Hearts poster. He'll be all the way back there, but you'll hear him as if he's right here. That's like, I forgot the name of that technique, but that gives it a layer of depth. They're trying to give you some. Woody Allen was trying to give you some sort of feeling, like the conversation is close to you, like you can relate even though you can't really see. They try to do something that, although the show is making you hear like feel swell up and like, oh my god, he's gonna win the day, this and that, it's showing you that it doesn't feel that way. It doesn't feel like it's there's sadness in Shinji's face. There is pain associated with him crying. One of the two students from the earlier in the episode escape to watch him fight, and they get mixed into trouble, and he kind of has to save them. So he saves them. He puts them in the cockpit with him. As he's running out of time in the Ava unit to kill the angel, he stabs it in the gut, but he has the two kids with him, and he's crying his eyes out. Like, just, it's as if you see those shows, or in this case other anime, where somebody accidentally murders somebody and they didn't mean to, or that was like their last, or it's like a moment of passion and they're just crying. It felt like that. And the two students are trying to console him, like, you're not listening. She said retreat, get out. It's such a sad moment. Well, I feel like this episode was really sad. One of the generals asked Katsuragi if Shinji has been making friends, and she's like, well, nobody's called him, because she gave him a phone. And obviously if you're trying to make friends, you would give your friends your phone number, but nobody's called him. And the one time that somebody was gonna call him was one of the two students, and it was just because he found out his phone number and he wanted to yell at him over the phone, or give him, or apologize for punching him. And it just doesn't happen. Like, he calls, but he never finishes the actual call, and he hangs up and he runs away. So I think the name of the episode, The Silent Phone, tells you a lot, that Shinji is just alone, and he feels alone. Especially his dad is not on this mission with him, which he's curious about. It's just a lonely, sad episode. Regardless, it is a commentary of how this episode feels like a commentary of how loneliness can feel like, where everything around you is full of happiness and joy and people talking to you. But if you're all alone in your own bubble and you feel sad and you feel like confused or conflicted, none of that matters. You're just kind of like on your own sad path. So I can't wait for the show to keep going. This is the third episode in, and it has already made me think very quickly about what's it trying to go for. So I want to see where the fuck else is it's going. Now, if that intrigued you in any way, please like, subscribe to this video, comment down below, tell me what you like about this episode. Tell me that I'm wrong. Tell me that, like, I'm all the other news articles and I'm reading too much or too little or not enough, or reading the wrong things in Evangelion. And, subscribe. The next episode should be out soon. Have no idea when. I'm trying to make it a daily thing. that may or may not be happening. So don't be so excited. So just in case, click the notification bell. It'll let you know when I have the next video up, and then we can watch it and discuss it together. I'll talk to you in the comments for like the first day or two, and that's it.